This may make me come off as a simpleton to you, but one of the things about gaming I love the most is fun, pure and simple. Is the game enjoyable to play? And because I feel that way, the thing I was most excited for from PlayStation's recent State of Play was the announcement of Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. This game was foundational, not only for me and my love of video games, but for the Musou series as a whole. This included some of the first mainstay mechanics that would enter the series. We're talking true Musou attacks, we are talking two-player co-op play, we are talking the way to develop your officers and make them stronger. This game on the PlayStation 2 was insane. Back at that time, you couldn't even fathom fighting 1,000 people in one stage of a game. It was absolutely magnificent. But other than all of that, there is one thing that lives in the hearts and minds of many when it comes to Dynasty Warriors 3. And if Koei Tecmo includes it, it could become one of the greatest things that they have ever released. That is the English dub. And I'm just going to go ahead and let some lines from that dub speak for themselves.
Feel the power of my magic!
You must remember this, cow. I shall oppose you forever. And don't forget it!
You flaming idiot! Take this!
Great King! Flee!
So yeah, this game obviously isn't going to win a BAFTA in terms of writing, but the funny dub is half the fun. It is part of what brought people together when it comes to Dynasty Warriors 3. I still remember being a kid and calling people over to my home being like, listen, you gotta check out this game. It sounds absolutely hilarious.
Father, let me have the forefront.
It would be your first battle. I shall expect good things.
And we would play through the game, we would experience the dub, and that brought us joy. That was what led to people checking out the game. And on top of that, that ended up pulling them deeper into the Dynasty Warriors fan base. That ended up leading to this game being one of the first games in the series to sell 1 million copies. And then we've got all the spin-offs. We've got Samurai Warriors, we've got Warriors Orochi, we have the later Dynasty Warriors titles, and we of course have Warriors these days spinning out into so many different spin-off titles. Without Dynasty Warriors 3, none of this ever happens. There may be some out there who consider this a stain on the Dynasty Warriors legacy, such terrible voice acting. But Dynasty Warriors 3's voice acting straddles the line of so terrible it's funny.
Yes. All right then. I accept the position of Grand Commander.
Not terrible to be terrible like the absolutely abhorrent Dynasty Warriors 9.
You're embarrassing me.
But there are so many additional things wrong with that game. While both Dynasty Warriors 3 and Dynasty Warriors 9 share terrible voice acting in common, Dynasty Warriors 3 at its core is a fun game to play with lots to do, whereas Dynasty Warriors 9 does not meet that criteria. It released a huge open world with absolutely nothing to do in it. It was just padding from running from point A to point B, and this is what leads to that game not being nearly as beloved and remembered as Dynasty Warriors 3. 9 in general was catastrophic to the series, to the point where Dynasty Warriors Origins, the recent Dynasty Warriors game that was amazing, was essentially required to save the series. If Dynasty Warriors 9 had not been so bad, we would not have gotten Origins, and if Origins had not done so well, then the Dynasty Warriors series would be completely dead. There would have been no opportunity to have this remastered title. So with the legacy of this game series saved and an opportunity to pay homage to it, they really need to embrace all parts of their history, and at least allow players an option to play with the terrible voice acting tracks in the Unreal Engine 5 remastered version of the game. I'm never necessarily a fan of games that get remasters completely discarding huge parts of their legacy. There are reasons for change overall. There are specific things you need to include, quality of life improvements, which it seems like Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered is going to have. There are going to be those quality of life improvements. But there are certain gameplay mechanics, certain aspects of the game that, while they may not have been nearly as good compared to a game that is made today, they are not necessarily bad enough to pitch entirely. Games need to embrace aspects of their history that their community celebrates, and with Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, that would absolutely be its dub. So, Koei Tecmo, this is overall my appeal to you. When you release Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, if you have a way to include the English dub, please do so. You can do a new dub with the new voice actors. New voice actors in Dynasty Warriors Origins were incredible, and I would love to see so many of them return. But at least give players the option to, on a rainy day where they don't got much to do, be able to hop into a Dynasty Warriors 3 play session, turn on the old dub, and experience some of the funniest lines in the series' history.
Beyond the end!
Forgive me, I must repay my debts.
Now, I think it goes without saying, but I really hope this game ends up doing well, because if this remaster of Dynasty Warriors 3 ends up doing well, we can get remasters of other Dynasty Warriors games on top of that. In particular, there are two that I think would be incredible. Dynasty Warriors 4, which of course was the introduction of duels, another amazing thing that we ended up getting able to do again in Origins, and then on top of that, Dynasty Warriors 8. Until Origins came out, I personally hold Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends as the pinnacle of the franchise. Origins ended up surpassing that, if only barely, and with Origins getting new DLC in the future, I feel like it's going to stay that way. But Extreme Legends had so many varied movesets, such a huge cast of characters, so many different campaigns to go through. The addition of the Jin Dynasty campaign, which was a fourth amazing campaign for us to experience. The Lubu campaign was no slouch either. There's so much to love. So I'm hoping that 3 Remastered does well. I'm hoping people can finally experience the glorious foundations of this series that is just plain high octane fun, and that will lead to some other games getting important remasters down the line. So now let me ask you, are you excited for Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered? Do you want to see a different Dynasty Warriors game in the future get the remaster treatment? What is your favorite Dynasty Warriors game? Or do you have another Warriors game that you enjoy more, like One Piece Pirate Warriors, the Berserk Warriors game that we ended up getting a while back, Hyrule Warriors? There's so many good, super fun opportunities to experience some fun hack and slash action. And of course, most importantly, would you like to see the ridiculous English dub included in all of its glory? And would you play with it on? Let me know in the comments section below. Of course, I want to give a massive shout out to my YouTube members and patrons. Huge kudos. I really appreciate your support, and you deserve this kudos at the end of every single video, which is why I'm including that. If you yourself would like to become a member, a patron, maybe even just give me some one-time support via Ko-fi, you can go ahead and do that in all of the links in the comments section down below. And don't forget to hype the video as well, because that has been honestly really helpful as a smaller creator on the platform. This is Kawaii 50, hoping you all have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you all in the next one.